Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another Thursday live stream where, yes, as usual, we'll be talking about all the latest news in Transformers Earth Wars, talking about things coming to the game, and a couple of little subjects that I want to talk about, which obviously every week I sort of pick a couple of subjects that, is relevant to what's happening in the game. Something that's coming soon, something that's been in the chats, something like that. So, a couple of subjects that I'll announce a bit later on. Yeah, we're talking about today. So yeah, but thanks for joining me. So straight off the bat, let's see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Chris Harmon, Penny Lancaster, Kill Cannon in the chat. All members, thanks for being members, really appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, if you want to be a member, just go to my channel page and hit the join button and you become a member and be in with the draw at the end of this month for a $50 gift card. That will be at the I think the 4th or 5th week of this month, basically. So watch out for that, guys. It's going to be pretty cool to give away another gift card. Kind of hoping Grind Time gets it, but hey, it's one of them things. If he gets it, he gets it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Hey, here's what it is. Then we've got Esco Hosse, we've got William Wilkinson, and we've got Volcanicus number 1. So I did announce that all my platinum members were going to be put in to the giveaway for a toy. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add Esco Hosse, William Wilkinson, and Volcanicus number 1. Congratulations, the first 3 non-members that are in the chat. I think just make sure. I think everyone else above them is already in the draw. Kill Cannon, yes. Penny Lancaster. Just make sure. Yeah, you're in the chat. You're in it already. Oh, and Chris Harmon as well. And then we'll pick one more. And Ricky Lau. So Chris Harmon, Esco Hosse, William Wilkinson, Volcanicus number 1, and Ricky Lau. Hit me up after the stream and I will add you in for the draw. And that means we will have 25 names for the draw. So we're going to be announcing another 5. Could be next Monday, could be in Discord, could be in a video. Keep an eye out for that, guys. That, the first 30 people I pick will be in for a draw, along with the other content creators, to win a Transformers toy from Space Ape. So yes, Chris Harmon, Esco Hosse, William Wilkinson, Volcanicus number 1, and Ricky Lau. Hit me up after the stream. Those above them that are already platinum members, you're already in the draw, guys. If you're a platinum member, you are in the draw. So yeah, cheers. Then we've got Chris Lewis. We've also got E-Rods, Fogster Bomb, Mitchell, VF1J. How's it going? Alpha Tryon, thanks for joining as well. We've got Charlie Plays in as well. Who else have we got? Stan Tarvin, thanks for joining. Calvin, D-Deck, Master Ninja, Carnage Mac, alright. Thanks for joining as well, bud. MD Prime, how's it going, buddy? Dojak as well. Thanks for joining, bud. Richard Trinder as well. Thanks for joining. Who else? The Terror of Titano. Berserk. Who else? Matt Poley. Freezes Max. Thanks for joining as well. Andrew Stevenson. And Action Whale and Lord Avix. Someone just asked how. Ricky Lau, all you have to do is find me on Discord, Sunstreaker Wozza, and just hit me up saying, hey, it's Ricky Lau here, and just give me a screenshot of you in the chat, so I know it's you. And then, yeah, hit me up. So, yeah, cool. So, yeah, the things I want to talk about today is, the Space Ape have said that, so the big news, well, which should I start with first? So, Space Ape said a while back that everyone's been asking about Ability 11 and talking about the next 5-star batch, when's it coming, and they also always said it's around the release of HQ 18, there or thereabouts. So they've been talking about HQ 18, it seems like for an eternity now. But today I came in Discord chat, said to Dale, are we looking at this server, this saga, sorry, or next saga? When's it going to be? And Dale pretty much said, this saga. There was no like, well, we'll see. He's like, yeah, it's happening this saga. So that means we're getting HQ18 within the next 8 weeks. It is happening, guys, within the next 8 weeks. Super pumped to hear that. Cannot wait. I've always said that I dropped down from PsyOps. And I wasn't going to go back up again. I was relaxing because the game was quite stale. And I said until HQ18 hits. Now we know it's hitting. We've got the building upgrade skips. I've saved all mine. So as soon as that HQ hits, HQ18, bang, done. Resources, bang, hit them hard. And then hopefully I can upgrade some defenses straight off the bat. I mean, again, we've still got to wait for the news. Dale has said this will come next week. They've said they're only going to upgrade half the defenses. And we don't know what they're going to upgrade. But, you know, I've seen a lot of chat about, you know, what people are going to do, you know, and abilities-wise, you know, which bots to use and things like that. And someone mentioned about tracks, you know, think he'll still be relevant? Yeah, I still think he does. Not giving any spoilers, but my video with Tex about the top 10 bots for HQ18, a few people said, I'm surprised Trax is not in there. I thought it'd be up there. Otus Prime as well. You know, these are good bots. But, you know, are they relevant to every HQ level? Yeah, they probably are. You know, but these particular bots we think were especially good for HQ18. And maybe essential, but we don't know what's happening still. But then people was like, yeah, I'll just take out the build bot still. And I was like, yeah, but how do you not know that the build bot's going to get an upgrade? I think the build bots eventually will get an upgrade in HP. But will that be on release? Will that be a later date? Will the apes really shift it that way? You know, we just don't know how it's going to work out right now. But, you know, lots of big talk about HQ18 coming. And so, with the release of HQ18 coming, we know there's a new 5-star batch coming. And when a new 5-star batch is coming, we do our 5-star predictions. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Not just my predictions, but which 5-star bots I would like to see. My predictions obviously a bit different because obviously we know which 5-stars are coming because, you know, some of the 5-star bots from the previous couple of endurance events will be in there no matter what. So we know at least 2 of the bots anyway. But so it's not as hard to predict as it used to be. But I'll be doing my predictions regardless. And I'm going to try and hit up the other content creators, see if they can do the same. And then Grindtime does a great job of sort of congregate all these figures together and then releasing them and seeing who wins. So hopefully we can do that again before the next 5-star batch is released. So that's what we're doing today. Not just my 5-star predictions, but what 5 stars I would like to come to the game. And we're also going to be talking about a class in the game which maybe needs a bit of love. And Gunners needed this a couple of years ago maybe, when combats came out for Jets, and everyone decided that, you know, Jets are, you know, overtaking the game, and we need something to sort of, you know, help Gunners. So we had the MDS come out with the Plasma, which sort of went against them a bit. And then we sort of see more and more cores and more buffs slightly to Gunners, and Gunners have, you know, come back into the meta, especially Sea Spray. So hopefully we can do this again for this other class, which we'll talk about slightly later on. Ideas for it, and you know, and talk about what we've done for it previously and why it hasn't worked. So yeah. But first, let's have a look at the news for today or this week. So this weekend's event is called Inferiority Complex. Now they have said that Simon Furman decides all the names for these events and things like that, depending on the saga and what the plan is. So we know HQ18 is the plan for this saga. But with the name of these, sometimes tell a bit of tale. And when I heard Inferiority Complex, I'd have thought of Inferior, and I thought of Astro Train. Not Defensor. Not Defensor. Why have I said Defensor? I've gone blank now. The first ever combiner. Devastator. That's what I said. Devastator and Astro Train say, you know, inferior, you know, and things like that. And I'm thinking, is it something around maybe 5-star combiners? I don't think they'll come out this soon. But I don't know. It's just play on words maybe, but it's just hit something there. I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of that. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. But yes, we are in week 1 of the saga, and they've had some huge discussions with Hasbro about all things Earth Wars. So what normally happens around this time of year is that Yanis and the team will sit down with Hasbro and say, listen, this is what we want to do over the next year. So I'll guarantee that one of those things is something to do with Beast Wars, with the new Transformers film coming out mid next year, I think it is. So I'm sure we'll see some new Beast Wars characters out next year. I'm not a huge Beast Wars fan to sort of even start guessing which Beast Wars characters will come out, but I think we will. I think we'll see some more Ability 11 for Beast Wars characters and things like that, and a lot more, you know, Beast Wars focused things like we sort of saw last year when it was the anniversary for Beast Wars. So that'll be coming next year. But yeah, it'd be I know Dale said we'll see a lot more G1 characters, so that's why in the survey we're asking which bots you would like to see, things like that. So it'd be interesting to see the results of that survey, and you know, I imagine we'll see the likes of Brawn and the likes of Beach coming next year. So you know, Dale assures me that, you know, the game is going from strength to strength, and they've got something really exciting in the works, which he says every time. You know, it was Titans originally when he said that. And you know, there's a big war rework going on apparently, so it'd be interesting to see what actually happens. It'd be interesting. So the new skins are Scrapper and Ironhide. Love that Scrapper skin. I think it's absolutely amazing. The Ironhide skin, not a lover. You know, a poor skin for a poor bot, let's be honest. But this weekend is a individual event, just 1 prestige and 10k points, including a new War for Cybertron skin core. Obviously, if you've got all the Autobot ones, you will get a Decepticon one. If not, you'll get one of the Autobot ones. Some Troop XP items, which will come in handy for HQ 18, upgrading your bots. Because don't forget, when that HQ 18 hits, all the bots, I'm presuming, will get unlocked from 65 to at least 67. So I am literally going to use all that XP probably in the first few days, depending on you know, what they announce, and upgrade at least 1 or 2 of my bots to 66 straight off the bat. But yeah, can't wait for that, to finally get some levels on them max bots. We've also got 20 million energy on an ally. Again, that will come in very handy for you know, defenses and walls. Don't forget, guys, try and the best bet I would say honestly is when you start off, once you've got these storages enough to upgrade your walls, then get them upgraded. People leave them to last, but walls can actually be pretty decent. Again, depends on how much HP they'll get, but we'll talk a bit more about that next week after they've announced HQ 18 and all defenses and what's happening exactly, and we got a better idea. So we'll come to that then. 300,000 spark as well, and then 7,500 3-star shards, 2,500 4-star shards, and 30 prems as well from 30,000 prem shards. It's the usual points per battle zone, and the usual rewards are sort of spread out throughout quite evenly, with right at the end it being a G metal power core. So again, I've saved all my power cores. I've got no insight whether new power cores are coming, but usually they do. Usually with an upgrade, HQ upgrade, they bring some new cores out, so that'd be interesting as well. So I'm literally saving all my gold cores, all my G metal cores, just try and get some of these new cores. They could be good, they could be awful, but hey, if you haven't got them, you don't have a choice. So that's my view. So I've been saving and hoarding for a long while now. So yeah, my recommendation is to save these resources until HQ 18 hits. Game updates and information. So a lot of talk about the new Cyber Pass. It kicked up a massive fuss, including myself. We'll talk slightly ahead of this, but new Cyber Pass skins, like we said, for Scrapper and Ironhide. So yeah, love Scrapper, like I said. And Season 8 got some new items. So they've got a squad cooldown skip and a combined level skip. So these sound good. Yes, sounds really good on the whole. But what Space Heap have actually done is they've actually removed the bot ability skip and the building skip. Now I kind of get the building skip, that they don't want to keep doing building skips and then HQ 18 drops and everyone could just skip building, you know, every month. They want to slow down the progress of HQ18. I understand that. So I understand bringing a combiner skip in instead of the building skip. Fair enough. But me personally, I think the combiner skip is just covering up an issue of combiners taking too long to upgrade. I think I've done mine pretty much free to play. I think I skipped one level at level 1 or 2 or something like that. But my sky rate is level 9, I think. You know, it's going to be another, what, 7 weeks before it's even useful at level 16. But let's be honest, we want to max him out. So we're talking about another 10 weeks, 11 weeks, which is pretty scandalous, really. You're talking 4 months to max a combiner out. It's kind of silly, really. You know, they need to reduce that time down to a third of that. You know, it should be about a month and a half, something like that. And so these combiner levels are good right now, but they're only covering up a fact that people are asking them because they want their combiners upgraded faster. But you know, it still is pretty good whether if you've got a high level Mega or something like that, you want to skip it to 25. So still pretty good regardless. But the big one is the squad cooldown skip. So in the Cyber Pass, you get 2 free to play and you get 3 for the premium. So it's not a big difference between free to play and premium. You're getting 2 free to play and getting 3 for the premium. Okay, you are getting a bit more, but it's not much more. But that's 5 in total. But you got to think, that's over a month. 5 squad skips. So that'll do you for 1 war maybe. So it's not very good. But then I sort of narrowed it down to the value of these. So, you know, Dale's sort of angle was, yeah, it's still good value, but you judge value on how useful it is and how relevant it is and how much it costs compared to other things in the game. So the combined level skip, I think we worked out, was around 5,000 coins, I think. Whereas the building skip or HQ, if you skipped a maxed out building upgrade, was like 7,000 coins. So the combiner level is a couple of thousand coins less. So it's not the end of the world, but it's still less. Then the bot upgrade skip, again, that's about 7,000 coins because it's, you know, so long. But for 5 cooldown skips of a maxed out team for the max time, is still only about 1,500 coins. So if we replace something, the bot skip of, you know, 6,000-7,000 coins worth, with something that's worth 1,500 coins. That's all it's worth. So my view was that we should have 15 of these, something like that you'd be able to skip. You know, some people said, why can't we have like an hour where we can just power level for an hour and we could use these skips? You know, half an hour maybe, something like that. You know, there's something better than, you know, just 5 skips. Let's be honest, if you're doing power level in an event with 5 skips, you'll be done in 10 minutes. It's not going to be useful. 10 minutes in a whole month is not going to do much. 5 war skips over a month. Usual top teams have 1 or 2 trapped wars a week, so you know that'll do for 1 war out of 8. You know, it's not going to do much. But if they added more to that, it was like 10 or 15 of them, then that'd help with what we've talked about, burnout and things like that, because you are hitting a war and you've got to wait an hour, then you've got to log in again and hit a war again and wait an hour. And they will say, yeah, well, you don't have to use all 5 at once, you can use 1 per war, but it's only saving you 1 hour. You know, there's 15 of them. You know, that's a good amount where you can skip a couple each war and you can get the war done a bit quicker without, you know, rushing. But it helps with the quality of life as well, helps with the burnout. You know, these things could be a good idea if balanced right. They just got to balance it right, that's all. I just don't think they have. I think 5 squad cooldown skips is just not enough. But let me know in the chat what you think, and at the end of the newsletter we'll have a look at everyone's comments, but I just don't think so. But the good news is that 5-star shards are back. I prefer 5-star shards to combat shards personally, because I'm not really chasing any bots, not really buying any bot bundles, so I'm not getting 5-star shards other than in events. Whereas combats, I do buy the occasional combat bundle, so I do get shards from that. So I tend to get quite a few combat shards anyway. So super pleased to have the 5-star shards back, and that will mean I will have 3 5-star pulls for when the new batch comes. But the big question is, do we pull for the new batch? Do we pull from an old batch? That's a big question, but that's for another day. And then we've got my video with Tex, the top 10 bots for HQ18. So me and Tex basically, we normally do these videos. We normally come together and we normally sort of, think I like this one, but I think a bit lower. And we sort of agree. On this one, we've done it blind. He did his list, I did my list, and we've just compared each other's. So we're not sort of agreeing between ourselves. Two separate lists, and then sort of compared our, ideas. Some things are, very similar, some of the ideas behind it. Some quite different as well. But yeah, go and check it out, guys. It's doing the rounds. A lot of people get a lot of good feedback from this video. People saying they really enjoy it. So go and check that video out after the stream. And then obviously go and support all your content creators, guys. The Hour DJ Hart, NJ Hoist, Grind Time Soldier, Sunstreaker Wozza, Freezer Max, Just Delete, YouTube, even the unofficial ones. Go and check them out. Then at Community Corner, we've got someone's made their own keychains. I thought it's pretty cool, actually. I was like, I'd love to try and do that. I presume he's done it with a metalwork, a drill or something. I don't know. But hey, still pretty cool regardless. We've got some cool cliff jumper drawings. And a very cool comic drawing of Unicron and Cybertron. Very, very cool. There's been a few bug fixes. And I say bug fixes. What I mean is there's been a few fixes to skids and knockouts. So, a bit crazy that these have come to the game. Considering in playtest they were pretty much done and dusted. But again, it was a bit of a rush schedule. So, no surprises. But they fixed skids and knockout combat core equip animation, so it's not an animation, it's not a big deal. They fixed the continue button, which would not appear after equipping skids and knockout with a ranged combat. So yeah, I suppose it could be a problem, but surely it's just a back button you can use. I don't know. They fixed an issue with knockout being on your pick your squad screen. That was for the cons. I couldn't comment on that, I've not seen it. But yeah, that's been fixed as well. And fixed the frozen animation state when skids and knockout were using their alt, fire, passive attack. So again, it didn't affect the gameplay, so to speak, but it did affect the animation. So yeah. The big one though is that impact has been fixed and is working as intended, following a bug in the update from last week. So yeah, pleased that that is working as intended. So what makes me think something about this? So we've said this before, that when something happens in the game, it's usually because something else has changed. So we talked on, I think it was Monday, about Gnaw, when they changed the Gnaw minions spawning out of buildings, I think it was, or ability level, or the core, or something. And all of a sudden, Gnaw's minions could insta-kill a HQ. And everyone was sort of using that to sort of kill the HQ and level some bots. And so it makes you think that, Impact has a beam where it fires it, and as it takes more damage, it does more damage. Quite similar to a beam laser. Does that mean something's happening with beam lasers for HQ18, maybe? I don't know. Again, just speculating. But, these things do sort of pop into my mind. And I think, they've done something around Impactor then, obviously. They've not gone in there and tried purposely to change Impactor. They've done something in the game that uses the same beam. So, is it a HQ beam? Is it the beam lasers? We just don't know. Is it a new bot that's coming out that has a similar sort of beam? Again, we're not too sure, but be interesting to see how that equates into the game HQ18 maybe. Then we've got the Saga schedule. So they announced the 8-week schedule. So again, there's been a slight bit of annoyance about this. So what people have been saying is, I'm trying to get it all on the screen now. Just if you can see that, but it's a bit small. So week 1 is an individual totalizer, which is this week for bot XP and super XP, and it's 10k score, nice and chilled. Then we've got season 8 part 2, week 2. They're not sure about the rewards yet. I presume either that or that is HQ18 in some way. I presume, because they put NA, so they're trying to keep it secret, or they don't know yet. So we'll see. But it's an Alliance totalizer. They put 750k to 1 mil. Now everyone sort of said that, the problem with this is you've got 10k, 751 mil, 15k, 1.5 to 2, 10k, 750 to 1 mil, 15k, and then the big event 1.5 mil for the 4-star, 3.5 for the 5-star. The big problem with this is that we used to have 5-week sagas, so we'd have one big event every 5 weeks, and so we'd have, you know, a 1.5 or 3.5 million event every 5 weeks, pretty much. But the problem with this is that if you were to go 1.5 mil for the 4-star, okay, that's fine. But now you've got a 1 mil event, a 1.5 mil event, a 1 mil event, a 1.5 mil event. So all of a sudden, instead of going from 4 in 10 weeks, you've gone to 4 in 8 weeks. So it's more 1 million point events, basically. Everyone's sort of complaining having a... So what should really happen is should have an easy week, then a medium to hard, then a easy one, then a medium one, then an easy one, then a hard one. That's generally what Space Age used to do, pretty much. But here we've got an easy one, then medium to hard, easy one, hard, easy one, medium to hard, easy. So it's like every other week is, you know, a 25k event, pretty much. At least 20k anyway. So we just said, you know, we need to reduce a couple of these, basically. You know, it's not fair to keep hitting these, especially when we talk about burnout and things like that. They've just not really thought it through. But we'll wait and see. But the big news as well, like I said, is that we have some Black Friday weekend deals. So I'd recommend everyone just hold off buying any bundles, guys, until Black Friday weekend. Some great sales on. They have like quadruple sales, and if that there's that one bundle with like Ultra Magnus in it. I think Laser Optimus is in it. It's like the best of 2016 or something. The last 2 Black Fridays, it's actually been glitched and give you double the value. So there's a quadruple value bundle, then to double that, so it's been like 8 times the value. So I was like, buy. So yeah, just look out for that, guys, and just check the value compared to other bundles, because yeah, it's a really good bundle, that one. Yeah, not very good in terms of cores and stuff, but yeah, very good in terms of getting 4-star dupes and getting fusing material. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, looking forward to that event. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on in the chat. Let's have a look. So yeah, Freezer's Max has put pretty consistent with history. Last year, a lot of new content dropped at the end of the year. Yeah, they tend to do that, don't they? They tend to drop at the end of the year rather than the start. But yeah. Chris Harmon says, loved your HQ 18 top 10 bots. I guess yours easy. Yeah, I think, well, yeah, I won't give away who number 1 was, but I think everyone knew he was going to be number 1. But yeah, I love him. I think he's brilliant. Lord Avic's got 7 skips that are being used on outpost bots. Oh, outposts. Yeah, but don't forget outposts might come. You've got, so for outposts you need to upgrade all your energon storages. I think it is. They're mostly energon. So you'll have to upgrade your HQ, upgrade all your energon storages, and upgrade your outposts, and maybe even your ally storages. So you've got 3 ally storages, 3 energon storages, and your HQ. That's 7. Then you've got your 4 outposts. That's 11 you would need. You know, it's not like HQ 18 is going to drop and you're going to be able to upgrade your defenses and stuff. You're not. All you're going to be able to upgrade is your resource buildings, pretty much. I think the 8s have been quite clever with that in giving us 7, which means you can upgrade all your resource buildings so you can start doing HQ 18. But yeah, you could say I'm going to save mine for my defenses, but then what you'll find is that you'll take 2 weeks to upgrade your storages. But in the meantime, what you can do is you could upgrade your storages, use them for that, use them for skips for that, start upgrading your outposts, and then you can at least have more energon and alloys stored in your inventory so you can use it on stuff. You know, bot upgrades, if there is any, will take energon storages, so you'll be able to do bot upgrades through that. So yeah, personally, I'm going to use all my skips as soon as HQ 18 drops and just get ahead. So I'd recommend you do that. Don't save them, guys, for whenever. Just get them used. That's what I would do personally. If you're not a top alliance, you could save them until maybe HQ 18.5 drops in another 18 months, but it's a long way off, and you're going to be weeks behind everyone else. So I'd get them used, guys. Like I said, you know, I've always said if you don't need it, use it. But if you need it, use it, and you're going to need it. Ecto Gambit was a 5-star broadside. Yeah, I was looking at him actually. I can't comment enough because I don't have the 4-star. I've not used him enough. Every time I've used him, I've loved using him. Really, really fun bot. Yeah, I'd need to see more whether I think would he be overpowered as a 5-star. I don't know, but yeah, really, really good bot. I do agree. Yeah, and Chris Hammer's got a good point that you don't even know what bots are going to be upgradable. You don't even know they can upgrade outposts. It might not be outposts. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Teletano won a 5-star Polygon. Well, yeah, that's going to be in the next batch, without a doubt. All the endurance event bots are going to be in the next 5-star batch, I presume, like the previous batch. So, if you want him, go and get him in a new batch. ND Prime, Cup, Slug, and Tracks. Slug, really? What else? I think side pass points need to be lowered a bit. Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see how this one goes and go by that. Yeah, they have lowered the points to be fair, so we'll have to wait and see. Oh, MD Transport. I hope they release 2 triple changes for Beast Wars, Rampage and Depth Charge. Are they triple changes in the cartoon? I don't know. Have they got a toy out? That's the big one as well, isn't it? Have they got a toy out? A toy coming out for them? That'd be interesting. But yeah, that'd be good. A Beast Wars triple changer. Yeah, cool. GT will have the Ironhide skin tomorrow, probably. Oh, maybe not. Hey, Grand Time, thanks for joining, buddy. But yeah, appreciated regardless. Joseph Chirillo, thanks for joining as well. Escalhossi, the combine skips a poor stopgap solution for combine upgrading. Said they're working on a fix. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's okay for now, but we want the upgrade time reducing. Let's be honest. No, I understand level 21 to 25 for Omega taking a week. I kind of get that. It's a huge deal. But, you know, when it takes a week for a level 11, you know, come on now. Lord Avic's not happy not getting the bot skip. Well, I'm not too bothered about not getting the bot skip because we've had quite a few. As long as we get something worthy in place, that's the big thing in it. Let's be honest. What else? Stay puff. Shh. Spoiler alert. Actually, I can tell it was Rush. Knockout looks like a budget version of his legacy figure. I can't say. That bug was OP. Yeah, it was. The shark bug was great. Oh yeah, Penny Lancaster's put. I hope with the Black Friday they do those really good red, white, and blue ones. Yeah, that was pretty good actually. I'll give you that. They were pretty good. Yeah, I'll be happy with them. Yeah. Yep. I do like them. Yeah. Charlie plays. Oh, you can use all the skips on the harvesters. No, please don't. Please don't. So Penny Lancaster's put, what's the difference between waiting on the resource to finish and instantly skipping all defenses? Exactly that. Your resources, you can store more resources. So if you wait on your resource buildings and don't skip them, you'll have to wait. I'm presuming it's going to be about 16 days per upgrade. So you're going to have to wait 30, 6, 12, 18, 48 days to increase your storage. Normally you need at least 2 to be able to do certain things. So say, I'm just guessing, say there's something where you could upgrade your bots, which takes energon only. Then if you upgrade your energons first and just leave them, then you wait, no, it's waiting 16 days, sorry, yeah, it's not stacked up 40 odd days, because they don't stack on top of each other, do they? 16 days, you're waiting 16 days to do that, where if you skip them, you can then start your defenses, you know, and you can do the bot upgrades, whatever it is, at the same time. So, again, it all depends what's happening, but personally, I'd rather skip them first. I know what you're saying, it's long as it is short. I suppose you do resource buildings, then do your defenses. You don't do without the defenses, which is pretty good. So there's that. It all depends on if we get any bot upgrades. That's what it all depends on. 16 days. I think wasn't HQ 17 16 days? They just said that it wouldn't be any longer. HQ 18 won't be any longer than HQ 17, but they didn't say it'd be shorter either. It makes no sense to go up to 16 days and then down to 10 days, does it? So yeah, I'm thinking 16 days. Thinking. H17 is 18 days. Well, there you go then. 18 days then. So there you go. Yeah. 18 days. That's it all. So I think it'll be 18 days again. So yeah. And then Princess Max just skip with cold hard cash. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You can skip with cold hard cash. And I remember HQ, was it HQ 16 or 17? 16. So this is why they brought out Z Energon for 17 actually in the first place. Because HQ 16 dropped and some whales just went skip, 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 skip. And were just maxed out pretty much within a day. They had a maxed out HQ and no one could even get near him, no one could beat him. And that was on, you know, in terms of tipping the scales, that was the other way, where, you know, no one could even beat him in wars. So it's a bit unfair, really, that those alliances like Psy, like One, had one person in their alliance just coining everything and put them as commander. And then no one could beat him in wars. So there was that. But then for HQ 17, they changed that where it was Z Energon. We had to farm it. And so you couldn't just skip and skip and skip and skip. But then Stark, I think it was, found a clever way of just using your combiners just to farm Z Energon because they could destroy the HQ. So he's using a combiner, send it to the HQ, destroy it, combiner, destroy the HQ, combiner, destroy the HQ, combiner, and he's just maxing out his Z Energon and then just skipping it with coins anyway. And that's why a week after Z Energon release and elimination mode, that's why they stopped combiners being able to damage the HQ. But even then, you could just drop a low level bot. It didn't matter really. It was still maxing his Z Energon out, so it was poorly thought out. So you're always going to have people that look at a way to skip or past all these. You always will. It's not going to be 25 days though. It definitely won't be 25 days. Yeah, I'm hoping to do release them at all levels. I mean, I think that 18 is too long. I think that 10 days is enough. I think 10 days for max HQ is enough. That should be it, 10 days, personally. But I know Clash of Clans, their upgrades are about the same as Earth Wars. They are silly upgrade times. So, but I think, yeah, my big thing is though, when you're upgrading it, you still should be able to use it. So, say you have a cannon and it's HQ 16 level, whatever level that is. It's HQ 17 level. And then you're upgrading it to HQ 18. When you're fighting wars and stuff like that, the defense is, you know, being built so it doesn't use it. I would rather it still be used as a HQ 17 building. And then when the upgrade's finished, then it does the HQ 18. So it's not, you're not sort of losing it. That's the big thing for me, you know, but hey. Chris Hound put, hey, Wozza, Zen farming today. Is 18, level 18 Galvatron trying to destroy the 5-star Omega. On defense. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good then. Cool. Nice. Cool. Alright, let's go into the game. So, obviously on the test server, so ignore the values, guys, because I still get people going, what? How'd you get so many coins, Wozza? Yeah, I'm a hacker. Yeah, and I show it live on a stream, obviously. But yeah, it's like I said, just test account, guys. So ignore the values. Like I said, we don't have this many. We do have these many skill points, but obviously not on live anyway. But yeah, talking about the next 5-star batch. So there's obviously certain bots that are going to be in the batch regardless. So we know Twin Twist and Collagen. Someone needs to tell me how to pronounce that, because I ain't got a clue. So, Coelagon. That's how he's getting it. Coelagon. That's what he's getting called for now. So, Twin Twist and Coelagon are definitely in the batch. We know that already. Skids and Knockout will be in the batch. So going off them two, you know, that's not a bad start to the batch. You know, I don't think Skids and Knockout are awful. I don't think they're great though. But it depends on what combos are going to come out and what fire damage and what acid damage. I can just see every single bot that comes out now sort of being fire or acid, and I really do hope not, because they've sort of gone on this idea space here. But instead of thinking, right, okay guys, this is where we're going with HU18 in 9 months time. So let's bring out one bot that does acid, then we'll bring out something else, a couple of more, then we'll bring another bot out with fire damage, and then we'll do a couple more, and then we'll do an acid one, and we'll try and hide the fact. I'm just hoping now we just don't see acid, acid, fire, fire, acid, fire, just stuff like that. We've seen a combat with acid, we've seen a new bot with acid, so I'm hoping we don't just get acid just forced down our throats now for the next month, or fire. I'm hoping they try and split it up a bit and give us some good other bots that aren't fire and acid, and there's something more to HU18 other than fire than acid. If that's the case, then that's really, really disappointing. But again, I'm just sort of speculating. I'm just sort of maybe jumping the gun, but we'll wait and see. I just know that Space Hit scheduling is quite poor in their planning sometimes, so I don't want to, you know, we don't want to sort of see a rush job where all these bots are bringing out all at once. But the next question there is, what's going to be the community choice? So I know what my community choice is. My community choice is Hound and Dragstrip, the same as it was last time. I still think it's really good. I think that, you know, it's just really good against resource buildings. I think with HU18 dropping, there's going to be a lot of time traps to get through bases quickly. We've got bots like Strafe that will target defenses particularly, and I think we could do more of them maybe. You know, Hound Vamp maybe, and bots like that might come back into the meta maybe. But, you know, we haven't got many bots that do good damage against just resource buildings, and that does help, because people put resource buildings at awkward places within the time traps because they know that people aren't going to take them out, because people would rather take defenses out, and that just slows your bots down. So, you know, they can be Hound can be useful, you know. And you know, just to sort of some quick maths. So at the minute it does about 4,200 damage, which is not quite enough to take out a build bot. It's just a bit short. So the 5-star version, I imagine, will do about 4,900 damage, which is enough to take out a build bot at this level. But that's with his G1 core as well, guys, not a volatile mixture as well. So I still think Hound needs a slight buff to get to a 5-star. I think the 4-star should be able to take out build bots for the cost of it with one ability. I really do. But, and then obviously the more clump they are, the easier they to take out. But I really do think it just needs like an extra 100, 200 damage so it can one-shot the a build bot. But yeah, against you know, resource building is absolutely amazing. But the big question for me was, is a build bot a resource building? They're not a defense, are they? But you know, that was the big thing. But apparently not. But then that leads on that obviously does double damage towards resource buildings, and that's 9,800 damage to resource buildings. So he'll one-shot all the harvesters. I mean, the harvesters quite low health, 3,900, and even an extra 20% health. You know, they're still getting nowhere near it. You're still talking about 4,700 health with extra 20%. With hard mode, and then with the HU18 upgrade, you're still talking maybe 6,000. So Hound will one-shot these, even as a 4-star, quite easily. These resource buildings, 6,400, and he will easily one-shot all these at 9,800. So I would love a 5-star Hound. And people forget how how far he actually goes. And this is me sort of campaigning a bit for how good Hound is. So let's just put Hound in here a minute. So the big thing about Hound is not just his damage, but his range is crazy, crazy good. And this is me kind of campaigning for everyone to vote for Hound, but I don't think they will. I think they'll vote for someone else. And if you remember the vote from last time, you'll have an idea who that will be, and I'll explain why I don't think we should. So, dropping Hound right back here, and you can see that he's got crazy range. Look, his range is like half the size of the map. You're talking similar to Sea Spray. You know, you can put glitch on this guy, he can stay well back, and he can still take out, you know, defenses from miles away. Just him in this corner here, he could easily take out these defenses here, helping your Titan attack the HQ maybe. But yeah, crazy, crazy good bot. Honestly, love this bot. I think he's absolutely amazing. You got to think as well, is hollows at ability 10, just hollows. But ability 11, it is fire damage. So those that combo like slingshot, things like that. So yeah, the fire damage will do 20% extra. Or whatever it is extra under certain other abilities to combo. So really good bot to combo, really good range. I wouldn't say he's cheap to use, especially in his first use. But yeah, a really, really good bot. But I don't think he'll get voted in. I think he'll be second or third. I think that the bot will get chosen is Afterbreaker. Sadly. And I don't see why. And I said this in my last video that we don't need a 5-star Afterbreaker. You know, a 4-star Afterbreaker will do the job. I did a video a while back of a 3-star Afterbreaker. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Sorry, guys. A 3-star Afterbreaker at like 51-1. And in Prime League, he popped all the outposts. Yes, he died quite quickly. And people are like, yeah, but he died. Yeah, but let's be honest, it's a sack bot. When you use Goldfire, you use him, he dies, it's fine, doesn't matter. When you use Rhinox, does damage, he pops the outpost, he dies. Sack is sacrifice. You are sacrificing that bot, but as long as it does its job. And any sort of level Afterbreaker can do it. So if you've got a maxed out 4-star, it's more than enough, does very well doing a sack. I don't agree with it, the way it works. I think it's massively overpowered as it is as a 4-star. So I think bringing it out as a 5-star is just ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that it's just too overpowered to bring it out, and I think it's ridiculous that it's, you know, people even voting for it, but don't even need it. It's just a waste for me as a 5-star. You know, you might as well vote for a 5-star nose cone. You might as well, for the other reason that it's just useless. What's the point? You know, the 4-star useless. It's not going to get a rework probably, but hey, maybe it will. We've been waiting 3 years for it or something. But yeah, I think Afterbreaker and Flame War will get voted in. I really do as a community choice, sadly. But that leaves, you've got a warrior, you've got a gunner, you've got a special class bot. So, what will be next? For me, I really think that Tex is going to get his dream come true. I think we will see Air Raid and Slipstream. I think the reason for that is that when they start bringing these they're sort of edging closer. You know, you've got to think, why did they put Strafe in the last batch? It wasn't just because they put Strafe in. They want some more Computron bots out. Now, we've got Afterbreaker coming out. So, you know, we've got a Computron bot there. So, you know, a lot of the Decepticons have got more Decepticons out there as part of combiners than the Autobots have. We've got to sort of catch up a bit. Really, we're lacking a bit. So I think we'll find a few bots like Afterbreaker and Flame War and Air Raid and Slipstream where the Decepticon counterpart isn't a combiner. I think we might see some of them. And I know some of the cons will complain saying, well, it's not really fair because yours is more of a combiner batch than ours. But I really do think that we're sort of playing catch up, really. You know, they've been lucky in a way to have more bots, you know, as combiner parts already. You know, Bruticus is pretty much nearly complete. And I think so too is Menasor, pretty much. So they're a lot more further forward than us in terms of combiners. But yeah, so I think Air Raid and Slipstream will come into the game. I think we need an air bot in the game. There's not many good air bots. But I think when we're talking about combos as well, you know, you've got to think air bots that combo. Air Raid is probably one of the early ones that sort of comes to mind. And I think we obviously need an air bot in there at some point. There was 2 air bots in the last batch. But I really think we'll see Air Raid. Something like 6k damage in an area. You know, crazy damage. And I think we're really good for HO18. You know, he was on Tex's list, wasn't on mine. I did consider him. But I think it'd be a really good addition. And it's obviously a combiner piece, so yeah. And then the 5th choice, I think they'll actually put Hound and Dragstrip in. I really do. Everywhere you go, everyone's going Hound and Dragstrip, Hound and Dragstrip, Hound and Dragstrip. So I think a lot of the higher level players want Hound or Dragstrip in the great game. But I understand a lot of low level players or mid players that do a lot of sack and stuff are looking for the easiest, cheapest options to sack and say they like Afterbreaker. You know, you don't see Afterbreaker in a lot of top wars, but you do see some players using it still. So makes me think. I still think we'll see Hound and Dragstrip in there. I really do. So my predictions for the next 5-star batch are Twin Twist and Quellagon, Skids and Knockout, Afterbreaker and Flame War, Air Raid and Slipstream, and Hound and Dragstrip. So let me know if you agree. Let me know in the comments. See what everyone else has put. Quite like on. Yeah, I thought I got it. Yeah, I thought it was right. Yeah. Cool. So Chris Harmon's put Hound and Dragstrip and Skywarp and his Autobot Skydive. Yeah, maybe with the acid. Yeah, you got a good point there. Maybe we will see Skydive, you know. But they did say they're trying to get away from one-shots. They did say that. But I'd like a 5-star Skydive. I still a one-shot though in it. So I don't know. I don't think they would though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have Hound's G1 sadly. I've got it in gold, but I haven't got it in G metal, which I need. But yeah. See, listen, Paul's, but historically, SA haven't done a batch with 2 gunners, so likely no Hound. Okay, but then I was ready for you. So look at this a minute. Nope, not that one. This one. So looking at the article, Decepticon. Got all them all to the test server. Looking at Decepticons, but we have got 2 airbots in that class. You know, let's go back to a previous class. This one, triple changer, special, air. So there's 2 special bots in that one. So 2 specials, 2 air. Why not 2 gunners? You know, special bot, air, 1 gunner. You know, there's no reason. I know I've done 2 in the previous, but there's no reason why not. So 2 air bots. You know, 2 special bots. You know, so they do pick. Is that 2 of each? Yeah. You know, so they do pick 2 of some things sometimes. 2 warriors in this batch. This batch, 3 specials. 3 specials in this batch. This batch, 2 specials. So there's nothing, you know, there's nothing there saying that they can't 3 specials, you know, put 2 gunners in. I know they haven't done before, but nothing saying that no, they can't 3 specials in that one. You know, I don't think they're sort of set saying like, you know, I think they were originally because the amount of specials in the game are more likely to see special bots. But I don't think there's a rule where they're like, oh no, we can't do 2 gunners. I don't think that. So I do think we could. Not saying we are, but I'm just saying we could. Actually, well, I'd vote for Counter Punch and Punch. He was on there. I don't really rate him as a 4-star though. So he did a bit of a rework, I think maybe, but I think he was too powerful. Then he got nerfed too much. But hey, Chris Hound wants Deposaurus or Malleus 5-star. It's time. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's been a long time since there were 4 stars. No, Volcanicus, that's not the community choice. Community choice, basically, they put a vote out there and ask everyone to vote, and the winner of it gets put in the 5-star batch. Just delete 5-star Afterbreaker is a waste. I agree, I do. Listen, Pulse, no, it hasn't come out yet. No, it hasn't, but I'm sure it'll be out soon. Mitchell VF1, why do all 5 bots have to be the same? You mean Autobot and Decepticon? It's just a bit awkward picking different ones. They tried doing that in, I think it was in bundles, I think, and it just caused chaos. Everyone was complaining with bundles. Never mind 5-star bots. Yeah, but listen, Pulse, but Afterbreaker was in last time. Afterbreaker was in the list last time, so that's why. But there's some bots that were in it, which is crazy. Just fill out a 5-star, combine it with 1 batch, then balance the bots to the next batch. Yeah, I don't think it's that easy though. I don't think they'll do that. I don't. Twin Twist Skid, then the 3rd will be a new special bot. Then we'll get 2 existing bots as 5 stars. Well, oh, what? No, I think the 5-star batch will come out before that. That's what I'm saying. I think the 5-star batch will be come out before this new bot. And so then, that'll be on the next one. I doubt we'll put 3 in the same batch. I just find double on special and air mostly. Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, I'm voting for Hound. I mean, I'm not lobbying just for Hound, but I am lobbying saying, please don't pick Afterbreaker. I mean, my God, it's just a waste of a vote, honestly. I mean, if you want someone else and you think they'll be relevant, then fair play, that's up to you. I just don't see the point in a 5-star Afterbreaker. You know, I just don't. He's good enough as he is as a 4-star and does a good enough job. I don't think we need a 5-star. You know. But yeah, cool. So with that said, put in the chat which 5 5-stars you want to see. Which 5 do you want to see? Not what you think. You can pick 5 gunners, you can pick 5 specials, 5 air class. It doesn't matter. You know, which 5 bots would you like to see as 5-stars? Forget Quellagon, forget Skids, Knockout, forget all them. It doesn't matter. Putting them aside, forget Afterbreaker. It doesn't matter about community choice. It doesn't matter about what we know is coming. Which 5 bots? If you could pick a batch right now, I'm going to say these 5 bots as 5-stars in the next batch, and you had the power. Which 5 would you choose? That's the question. So, me personally, I mean, obviously, Hound Dragstrip. That's going to be number 1. Hound and Dragstrip. Love these guys, honestly. Really, really good, like I said. Not just the 1 to 10's alright, but the ability 11 it sets on fire. I think that fire combos will make a huge difference. And like I said, the damage is going to be amazing to resource buildings. So I would love this guy as a 5-star. My next choice as a 5-star, if you can find him, is Star Saber. It's more than time. Give him a 5-star. Give him ability 11. Give him a core. You know, he's super expensive. You know, 12 plus 3. Crazy. I mean, he has great range, but it is time. Let's be honest. You know, he does electrical damage, and there is, you know, anti-stun cores with reduced electrical damage. So that's reducing even more. Star Saber's gone even worse. He's an awful bot right now. I'd honestly put him in average at best. So, you know, it's time to pick him out as a 5-star. It really is. And I'd give ability 11 as well at the same time. I really would. Like, it's more than enough time. More than enough time. You know. The next one, for me, might surprise a few people, actually. My next 5-star choice is Double Dealer. He's got the potential to be absolutely amazing, but doesn't do enough damage. I think there might actually be a bug with him, because I spoke to Dale that he's not doing the 1,572 up to 3 times. This is the bit that baffles me, because if you hit a target and it hits it once, so say that one hit does 300 damage in the time you hit it again, so surely then it should do 600 damage, so do double the damage per second up to 15 seconds. Then it should do 900 over 15 seconds. So over the 15 seconds, you know, it shouldn't just be 1,500 damage. You know, if you're hitting the defense 3 times, then surely it should be like 4,500 damage in that area. You know, but instead what it's doing is, if you hit it and say you're hitting it once, and then the ticks start hitting just 300 damage, then you hit it again, it's resetting it, and it's just doing 300 for the length of the ability. So it's adding that to it, and then it's kind of weird. But I just don't think it's working as intended, you know. But the cost is super cheap for the toxic mission, and I'm hoping this would be, you know, maybe half the cost, half the damage of swoop. But it's nowhere near. It's not doing anything near it. The incendiary missile isn't too bad, you know. If they buff the toxic mission, then the incendiary missile will do quite well, you know. But I'm hoping as a 5-star. I mean, they could bring him out a G1 core to improve him. I think that's where he lacks a bit. But the point that it can equip all these combats is a massive seller for me. You know, one of the only changes in the game that can do this. You know, I mean, Springer can, but his don't stack, and I know Broadside can. But yeah, that was a big selling point for me, and I think it's time that we sort of got a fix for him. So I'd love to see him come out as a 5-star. And my next choice as a 5-star, if you can find him, is, let me find him, Rotorstorm. Absolutely love this guy. Honestly, for combos, for his range, he's a gunner. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I really do. And I would love this guy as a 5-star. We don't see him a lot in the game, I think, because he's a 4-star. You know, because of how powerful he is. He's crazy, crazy good. Honestly, absolutely crazy. And I think it's a bit of a sleeping giant. I really, really do. I would actually put this guy better than 5-star Strafe, personally. Call me out, call me stupid, but you know, 1000 damage per second, that's 20k damage. But for each of your targets destroyed, you get a 30% bonus, up to 370% bonus damage. So you're doing 3000 damage per second if you can keep destroying, if you can destroy 11 targets. So if you could do a huge amount of damage in an area with like Goldfire or Star Saber or Skids, or someone does a huge amount of AoE damage, as a clean-up bot, I don't think there's anyone better. For 4 ability points, this guy can do 60k damage if all the buildings are half destroyed and he's destroying them. Something like that. 50k, 40k damage. Something ridiculous. I mean, it's hard to calculate because he's got to destroy the building. So he does 1000 damage, then he destroys the building, then he does 1300 damage, then destroys the building, then 1006, then 19, then 2, and it carries on like that. So maybe the calculation 60,000 is wrong, but you could easily do 30k damage. Easy. Absolutely crazy damage. And that's not even including, like I said, a volatile mixture as well. So crazy, crazy, crazy damage. Honestly, I've seen him clean up so many bases. Love this guy. And my last pick, it's actually Broadside. You know, I mentioned it earlier, but I don't have this guy as a 4-star, and it's quite hard to get these 4-stars now. But when I have used him, he's been incredibly good, and I'm not sure if it'd be too OP, but I love these triple changes. I think they're really good. Again, we're not going to see 2 triple changes in the same batch, I don't think. But I really love this guy. I really do think he's that good. I really do. I really, really enjoy. I mean, if you go and watch my minion army, this guy was absolutely incredible. I mean, you know, 75 DPS, it's alright, but it's the fact that, you know, they do 1300 damage each, you know, times that by 5. You know, if they're all sort of in clusters, what I was doing was I was dropping them, using them, and then when they're getting close defenses, exploding them, dropping the repair drones. So what happens then is you're doing 5 times 1300 damage, you're doing 7.5k damage, you know, it increased in there. And then all of a sudden you're getting healing behind you, you know, and they're doing 1590 healing each, you know, a crazy amount of healing. So really, really cool bot. Would love to see this guy as a 5-star in the game. So like I said, Hound, Star Saber, Double Dealer, Rotorstorm, and Broadside. Would love to see those guys as a 5-star in the game. Slingshot was close, but I think it's a bit too new yet. I'm not too sure. I think he's good, but would I want him as a 5-star? I think he does his job. You know, you wouldn't want to block maybe more. You know, you already blocked the healing, so it'd do more damage. But maybe if it increased the received damage, it'd get a 5-star version. I think that'd be pretty good. But I'm not too sure. Let's have a look what other people's votes were. So Vincent Lee's put Trax, Blur, Broadside, Saber, and Slingshot. Trax and Blur. Oh god. The problem is they're probably 2 of the most overpowered bots in the game already as 4-stars. Again, I think it'd be a waste as a 5-star. I really do. I don't see why you need 5-star Trax. He's already massively powerful. I don't see why you need 5-star Blur. The 4-star does more than enough of the job. You know. Oh, there's some more above, jeez. Chris Hammond, Malleus, Defosaurus, Skywarp, Dead End, and Cutthroat. Yeah, I think Dead End. I was saying this. I think it's time. I think it's time for 5-star Cup or Dead End. You know, leveling's getting harder. Zone 15 is really unpredictable. I presume we'll get a Zone 16. Not just a Prime League, but a Zone 16, actually. And then even a Prime Zone maybe after that as well. But I think we'll get a new zone with a new HQ increase to 18 as well. So I think it is 5-star dead end and 5-star cup time. I really do. I'd love them bots because, like I said to someone else, like it's hard enough just leveling bots anyway. It's repetitive and it's monotonous. But knowing that one of your bots is not getting any XP, you know, it's kind of scandalous. So I think it's time for a 5-star cup dead end, and we can level them up and get them up to 67 even. You know, it's even more. So maybe not this batch, maybe the next one. But once my cup's at 67, my next choice as a 5-star will be cup, without a doubt, definitely. But as long as it's up to 67, that should be fine. Then we've got Freezes Max has put cut just for cutthroat. No, they were added to the vote. They don't need to. That's why. Professional Huskies put dead end scrapper. Well, we've already got. We've already got. What's the Decepticon alternative? That one. I can't think now. Not Headstrong. Is it Headstrong? No, that's Hotspot. The other one. Rampage? No, not Rampage. The other one, Pipes. The guy that's Pipes anyway. We've already got him, so I just don't think we need another one. Vortex. Oh my god. It'd need a massive rework. If we're going to include Vortex and Dust Up, then we need a massive rework. And the problem with them is that they do 6,700 damage in the very center. And I think the edge of the ability was doing like 300. It needs consistent damage all over. That's the rework. Equal damage no matter where it hits. That's the problem. Penny Lancaster, Cup, Tracks and Slingshot. Yeah, I don't agree with Tracks like I said, but Cup and Slingshot, yeah, baby. Little Pulse has put Cup, Star Saber, Rotor Storm, Hound and Slingshot. Yeah, quite similar to mine, really, but yeah. Cup's a good one. Slingshot's a good one. I'll still take them, but yeah. Mitchell VF1J's put Punch, not a bad choice though. Slingshot, Sentius, Cups and Tracks. Again, other than Tracks, we don't need Tracks. You know, when you've got a bot that already protects, you know, 60% of damage. I mean, come on now, guys. Like, it just gets a bit silly, doesn't it, really? Let's be honest. But, so you've got to say as well, so you've got to think about this. I was talking to Dale about this, actually. So, when you say a bot blocks 3,000 damage, as the HQs go up, that becomes less relevant. Because that 3,000, whatever it is, they block, say. So, 3,000 damage at HQ 12 means you're not getting touched. 3,000 damage at HQ 17 means it's good, but it's not going to do amazing. And at HQ 19 and 20, 3,000 damage will be nothing, and you'll be like, yeah, it's pretty much useless. Yeah, same as hotspots reflect. So because it reflects like 90% back, 80% back, whatever it is, you know, at HQ 12, it's not going to reflect a lot of damage back, so it's not going to, you know, do much damage. Whereas the higher the HQs go, it's going to reflect more back. And so, as time goes on, Tracks now blocks for 60% damage. So 60% damage might stop your team getting 20k damage in total, say. 6% HQ 18 might mean it stops it getting 70k damage. And then 75k damage at HQ 19, then 90k damage. So as the HQs increase, Tracks actually gets stronger. He actually gets better. So I don't think we'll ever see a 5-star Track Cutthroat. Well then, I suppose we've got to do it for the combined, haven't we? So, interesting. I think if Cutthroat wasn't a combiner piece, then I think we'd never see it. But I think we have to, don't we? Yeah, good point. Chris Hammond, Justice for Devosaurus. I think so, yeah, I do. Regis Max, Sentius. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Sentius. I wouldn't mind. You know. Jada plays Nose Cone, Hound Vamp, Cliff Jumper, Cosmos Mirage. Oh, some strange choices there. The Nose Cone. I agree. Nose Cone would be ideal so they can do a rework. Hound Vamp. Have you picked a lot of the awful bots? Because Hound Vamp's awful as well. Cliff Jumper's pretty awful. I wouldn't like him as a 5-star unless they did a rework in some way. Cosmos is pretty much awful anyway. And Mirage is pretty awful as well. So that's a lot of work though. I don't think they've got the time to rework it. Jason Roller, Ironhide, Cliff Jumper, Star Saber, Tracks, and Sideswipe. Sideswipe. Again, would need a rework of Ironhide, Cliff Jumper, and Sideswipe. I don't think they got time for that, but yeah, Tracks though. No, we don't need a 5-star Tracks. We really don't, guys. Dojak, Sinner-Twin, aka Street Wise. I think obviously gonna come because they're because they're 5-star because they're gonna be 5-star combiner pieces. So yeah, interesting. Sideswipe, Hound, Slingshot, Mirage, and Storm Clash. Botanicus says, yeah. 5-star Star Saber would be OP. I think at lower levels it would be, but then so is every other bot. If you take my 5-star Snarl to the lower level, that would be OP, but I don't think it is. I think it's massively underpowered. It's, at HQ 17, so. Grind time, you vote for Skywarp and Air Raid, I'll vote for your choices. Grind time is just basically just trolling, picking the worst 5 in the game. Ironhide, Nose Cone, Dust Up, Sideswipe, and Pyromagna. Yeah. Willie Wilkinson, Cup, Star Saber, Double Dealer, Pyromagna, Mirage. Yeah. What's Matt Polar put as well? Matt Polar's put. Oh god, just skipped ahead. Rotostar, Mirage, Tigerhawk. Oh, Beast Wars, Ironhide. Yeah, I thought about him. Beast Wars Ironhide would be an interesting one, actually. It really would. It's an absolute beast as a 4-star. It'd be amazing as a 5-star. I mean, it's only 51-1 there, but hey. Yeah. I don't think it would, Professional Husky. At lower levels, maybe, but again, like I said, most higher ones would. Yeah. Stuntarvin, Deathsaurus, Dragstrip, Impact. Impactor. Impact's already a 5-star. Who's Impact? 5-star 8-face would be OP. No, it wouldn't. He's awful. He's absolutely awful. Dirtbag. Kind of alright, but Dirtbag. Exhaust? Crankcase? Leo Zack. No, I don't know. Double Dealer. Give my mean boys. 5-star Scavenger. We've already got a 5-star Scavenger. Oh, it is Headstrong. Thanks, Airhell. I was right. Yeah. Tantrum is Hotspot. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We need to scrap up a 5-star combiner eventually. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I forget which ones are obviously. Well, obviously scrap is part of Devastator, but I forget sometimes. Dojak Sinner-Twin, 8-face. I do like. Yeah, I am a big fan of 8-face, but not the bot in the game. Hang on, is 8-face broadside? Is it? It's not, is it? Is 8-face broadside? No, it's not, is it? Am I getting mixed up here? What's 8-face ability? If I say it was broadside, then yeah. Yeah, I think. I'm off with cons. I should do it more. Hang on, I've got. I want it for myself. Where's 8-face? Come on. I'm not looking at the chat. I want to surprise myself. Where's 8-face? I've got him. Surely I've got him as a 3-star. Come on. Surely. Wow. 2 stars. Surely I've got him as a 2-star. Was I right? Oh my days. Oh, don't say I haven't got him. Come on now. Oh no. 1 stars? Oh my days, this is so bad. I've got so many 4-stars I haven't got. Jones, yeah, so it is, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, same as Broadside. Yeah, very, very good bot. I love 8-face just because of him in the meta. In lore, I love him. I think he's brilliant. One of my favourite cons. Yeah, exactly, Dojak. Yeah. So Sinner-Twin, exactly a percentage. Speed up, speed down. So yeah, that'll increase the time on. Yeah. I'll just say you're wrong for fun, just to troll me. Okay, cool. And the last thing, we've been talking in playtest. We have a chat about classes and which class we think need improvement the most. So We did had a chat about a year and a half ago. It wasn't actually in this chat. We just had a chat in general saying that gunners needed some sort of buff. So that's when we sort of saw. I think we saw 6 gun come out after that. You know, they brought out a good gunner, and we were saying it's good for a good gunner to come to the game. We've obviously got skids. It was still good, you know. Then we brought out 5-star Sea Spray into the game. He got a bit of a buff where he did his whirlwind did more damage and electrical damage as well, and sort of stunned everything, but definitely buffed it anyway. So we you know, we got some good increases to gunners. You know, smoke screen as a 5-star as well came around. I think around that time when we were talking about it, maybe it might have been just before it. But that's sort of to give you the idea of the time frame. That's how long ago we started talking about gunners and how they need to be relevant in the game again. And that's when we started seeing the likes of, you know, glitch and top heavy and all these sort of combats coming out as well, especially made for gunners. The last conversation we had was around warriors, and we said warriors definitely need some sort of buff. So what they did was they decided to rework Ironhide and Scrapper, and I'm trying to include some cons on this now. Sideswipe, I think, as well. Maybe not Sideswipe, but anyway, a lot of the rushing warriors decided to give them a shield, change their abilities so they're a bit different. So you know, they all gave them fire behind them or ice behind them and different abilities. And the 8s thought that would really sort of solve the issue of rushing bots, but it hasn't. People start using them. Even with a 5-star Pipes release, he's got the highest health in the game, I believe. It's definitely up there. If not the highest, it's definitely the top 3. I'm pretty sure it's the highest though. 5-star Pipes instead of health is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But people still don't use them in wars. So you got to think that, you know, why is that? And I've said this time. I said it in testing back then. I said it for 5-star Pipes. I said it when they did the warrior buff. I said the big problem with this is that people that sack, people that walk, once you've sacked, it's generally a bit of a walk. Or you do a walk pretty much. So when you use these bots, you want your bots, you want your warriors or your tanks to stay close together. You want your gunners behind them, and you want your healers behind them. That is perfect. You can go through the whole base like that. You pretty much guarantee to win. And the art of walking is not having certain bots. Maybe it's just keeping them in formation. That's the bit. By taking out particular defenses, pathing. That's the hard bit about walking, is the pathing part. If you understand that, it becomes quite easy. So again, you want to keep your tanks together, your gunners together, your healers together. So if you rush a bot forwards, that becomes the focus point of all the defenses in front of them. It's not just a beam laser. It might be a beam laser and a cannon and a mortar, or maybe an MDS or a turret or whatever else. All of a sudden, there's a lot of defenses on them. And you can say, oh, he's got a 100% shield. You know, that's fine for 10 seconds. But after that 10 seconds, all of a sudden they start to lose health very quickly. And then your healers will run and heal that bot. And while your healers are healing that bot, the rest of your team aren't getting healed because that bot is taking so much damage. Now, if you just rush them either way, you know, to one defense maybe, it's not too bad. But you've got to keep them on a very tight leash. You can use them for sack, but the range is not very good. They're not ideal, and I wouldn't want them buffed in terms of range. So, and added on top of that as well, they do damage behind them. But you don't sort of rush ahead with defenses behind you. Normally the defenses are gone, and you're rushing because your gunners are walking away. And you want to cut them off so they're not taking damage. So most defenses behind you have already gone. So I don't understand the thinking of SpaceX, what they're trying to do with this. And I understand that we've got special bots that are high health and high damage, and they don't want to sort of maybe mix the classes up between, you know, warriors and special bots. But the problem is that warriors, they don't have, I wouldn't say crazy health compared to special bots. They have a few K more, but nothing crazy. And that's where they don't stand out, is that there are better special bots with good health that do a lot more damage. It's the better of the two, and it's more that not the warriors are that bad. It's just special bots do a lot better job. And so I've said multiple times that if they want to sort of improve these bots, you're talking slug. You see there, this is a test account. I've not even bothered to even level these. You know, Pyro Magna. You're talking, you know, Sideswipe as well. Who else? You're talking Pipes even. You're talking Jump Stream. All these sort of bots that rushed in. Ironhide as well. Forgot to miss Ironhide off. They need to do damage in front of them. They need to do damage ahead of them. So if you can imagine it, if Slug rushed ahead and did fire in front of him, you can combo that fire. You know, it's cheap ability cost. 3+2 is really cheap. You know. Same Pyromagna, you know, rush ahead, do fire in ahead of you. Hey, do it in a line, a big line if you want Pyromagna. Make it a bit different, you know. So the Sideswipe, rush in, shatter glass in front of you. Not behind you, but in front of you, and a big, you know, a big circular area in front of you. You know. Looking at Pipes, you know, acid, again, rush ahead, do acid in front of you in an area. It might be in a cone shape, it might be in a circular area around you, whatever. But again, helps with the, you know, combos and stuff. But it's damage in front of you, you know. Jump Stream's a shield, she needs something else other than shield. I mean, it's just the same as everyone else, pretty much. Let's be honest, you know, each drop blocks 80%, does acid, she blocks 90%, and damages walls, but that's like, yeah, let's be honest. There's been a lot of talk as well. I meant to mention this actually. There's been a lot of talk about what people would like to see, like a hack bot. Why not add that to Jump Stream? Rush ahead and do a hack in an area. You know, I think they're just a bit scared that if they do that, if that warrior can rush ahead and take out a build bot, then it's massively OP to the point where they can just take out loads of sections of the base. I think that's what they're worried about. So that's why, personally, I don't think we'll see a rushing hack bot. But hey, it'd be pretty cool though. And then Ironhide, so yeah, block damage and magnetic pulse and disable defenses. Why not rush ahead and disable an area in front of you? You know, Bumblebee is a good area of you know, stun in front of him. Why can't you have a rushing bot that rushes to a certain point and stuns in front of them? And I think that would really improve them. I think that even I might consider leveling a few of them. You know, I've kind of got a, you know, a stun team. And if I had a 5-star Ironhide that rushed ahead and did the same sort of area as Bumblebee in an area and stunned, then yeah, I would use him. I really would. I think he'd go on my team. I could use him, without a doubt. But, you know, they're just lacking that. Any kind of damage, lacking any kind of utility, other than just being high HP, stood at the front. If you're not going to rush with them, then yeah, they're brilliant. They'll just walk and take all the damage. But what's the point in having a bot which you're not going to use ability for? There's no point. I think they need a second rework. They need another rework to do some sort of damage. And listen, you can say that, listen, all rushing warriors only do damage in an area around them, maybe. So you're not doing something stupid with them, so that they're not taking over from special bots. I think that might be the worry, that if they start giving them crazy damage, but why not just make it, instead of damage, just make it some sort of utility? You know, even if they put the fire as a low health, low amount of damage, you can still combo with the acid, maybe, and other bots and things like that. I just think there's more to be had from warriors, rushing warriors anyway. The only decent warriors in the game are those that sit back and have hollows and stuff, that don't rush ahead, you know. And the ones that do really rush ahead, like Goldfire, have got exceptional range. So I think a rework is on the cards again. You know, a lot of talk about it in sort of playtest. And even talking chats about how poor these guys are, even after the last rework. So, but what do you think? Let me know again in the comments in the chat, and yeah, let me know what you would like to see for warriors and what rework you would give them. With sort of the, you know, keeping in mind that we said that, you know, we can't give them crazy abilities that will take over from special bots, but how can we improve them to make them useful in the game? Triple Change need a rework. Not all of them. I mean, Skylinks is still good. Sandstorm is still pretty good. Yeah, they definitely don't need a rework. I think some do, but doesn't mean all of them do. Springer's still good. I'd like to see Springer's abilities combine and be useful together, but yeah. Mitchell VF1J, give Warriors a new power core. That's interesting. But yeah, that'd take over the G1 cores though, wouldn't it? That's a problem though. But yeah. Slug has the same abilities part. Yeah, I mentioned that in test as well, so they need to be separated in some way. I said the same about Pipes and Jump Stream, and then we got Pipes is changed, so yeah. MD Prime, you need to use Pike's ability more often. It's so cheap, so the heals never get pulled up. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But a 5-star grapple? Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not as good as Rook. It still won't take over Rook in my team, but yeah. Yeah, I get you saying, Matt Pauly, about throwing out sort of Fire Creme Zeeks for one of them, Paramagnum or Slug, but it still wouldn't make them good though, would it really? You know, yeah, like Bees, I say 11. Yeah, I kind of get you saying. Still make them better though, would it really? Definitely different abilities. Charlie plays this, but only Rush Warrior I like is Bulkhead. Yeah, but again, the problem with Bulkhead is he's I forgot him. Oh yeah, it has to be high level because I've tested him. The problem with Bulkhead again is put a shield on, blocks damage, rush into combat to buildings and walls along the way. So again, it's damage behind you, but most of the time, them defenses are gone. You know. Volcanic Skylex has pathing problems. Yeah, but I understand that you can't have every single bot that paths the same. I don't like Skylex personally because he doesn't path right, but you can drop Skylex and take out huge sections of the base. And people have said that, you know, if you can keep Skylex alive for the first quarter, half of the battle, then he's crazy good. But, you know, not every bot can be perfect. I understand that. But then, you know, you can say, oh, Skylinks has pathing issues, but no bot has the same amount of damage as Skylinks does, really. Maybe Sit's going at a push. But, you know, so, you know, let's not sort of say, like, you know, Skylinks needs to be perfect. Just doesn't fit my team, but you're still really good. CJ's put Ironhide's exciting as an unflushable floating turn at the in-laws house. he is terrible, CJ. He is. Child plays, but for Bulkhead, I'm standing rushing to long-range defenses for the slowdown rather than the damage. Yeah. Being immune to stun gives warriors an edge. I don't think it does, really. I don't think it gives them enough of an edge. Immune to stun? I mean, what stun is there? There's only Chromia, and then Shock Tower stun cores. Is there anything else? Yeah, there's some other bots, but you don't really see them on defense. You don't see Bumblebee on defense or anyone like that. So, you know, I don't think that. And even if they don't get stunned, so say you get hit by Chromia, you're not going to use one of the warriors to take out Chromia or the tower. It's not going to do enough damage. So, you know. Yeah. Tantrum still is one of the better warriors, without a doubt. Damaging elemental shields. Not so sure. Yeah, it was definitely something needs to be done, without a doubt, with warriors. They are really poor, and yeah. Well, that is it for today's stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, there my 5-star predictions, my 5-star wish list, and yeah, my hopes on warriors getting a buff before or even around HU 18. But like I said, join us every Monday and Thursday. Every Monday, Thursday we do a stream. Thursday is always informative and about things like news in the game and things coming. Monday is a bit more chilled. We'll be doing some more Zone 15 attacks and building some Zone 15s and how I build my teams. On Monday, doing maybe a bit of a, you know, Zen farm or something. Joe, just pretty much chill, just chat with them Monday. So come and join me on Monday if you want to chat. If you want to test anything, test server, come and let me know. We'll give it a test. We'll give something a try. Want to see some crazy combo or something? Is the 2 bots that you know really like? You want to see them how well they combo? Then yeah, you know, Monday nights are the nights for that. I want to see anything. And don't forget, if you are a platinum, any member, if you're a member actually, in the members chat, if you want to see something, in terms of, you know, in my streams, then put it in the members chat and I'll try and do it in one of my streams and cover the topic. But yeah, come and join me Monday, guys. Come and join me next Thursday, where hopefully Space Ape in the stream next Thursday, I'm going to be announcing HQ18 and taking a look at it. So we'll be analysing that. So that'll be a great stream to watch next Thursday. And if you don't want to miss it, guys, the best way not to miss it is simply to hit that subscribe button. Dead simple. Don't forget to hit a like on the video before you leave. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in. See you next Monday. See you next Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.